I know we spend a lot of time talking about toxic friends, toxic individuals, how to spot the signs of a toxic person or how to spot the signs of a jealous friend, etc. But I do believe that it is even more important to point out what it is that makes a true friend. Not just so we know what to spot in others, but so we know what to cultivate within ourselves. And of course, I always reiterate this fact that your relationship with yourself is the first relationship and the last relationship you will ever have in this life. Therefore, if you can begin to cultivate these things within yourself, with yourself, for yourself, by yourself, then you can also give these to the people around you. Now, that being said, let us get into the seven. Hopefully I put up the 7 signs of a true best friend. So I have written down some notes here just so we can make sure to go in order. So number 1 is tells you the truth even if it's uncomfortable. So one of the greatest telltale signs of a true friend is an individual who is willing to tell you something, tell you the truth about yourself, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Now, there's a huge difference between somebody telling you something that is their opinion of you. Let's say somebody saying they don't like how you dress, right? They don't like how you smell, whatever it may be. That is an opinion. And oftentimes a person can use that as a weapon. They can weaponize opinions, right? However, what I'm talking about is a truth, right? Like the things that you're doing are going to end you up in this trajectory. If you continue your drug use, if you continue to mistreat yourself, it's going to lead you here. If you continue to entertain these types of relationships, you're going to end up in this place. And the person who is willing to tell you that truth, even if it means that you feel uncomfortable or that they feel uncomfortable, that you may leave them, that you may end that relationship with them, that's somebody who truly cares about you and is a true friend to you. Secondly, a true friend is someone who is willing to challenge you to better yourself continuously. Now, this is a rare trait because most people don't have this within themselves for themselves. Most people settle for a life of mediocrity. They settle for a life that they have right now. They don't venture towards the life that they actually desire. Right? And that's not to fault or blame anybody, say one person's better than the next. It's just the reality. Most people settle, whereas the few individuals who actually move towards the things in which they truly desire most in life. Everybody desires, but not everybody's going to go towards those desires. So a true friend is somebody who is willing to challenge you, not to challenge your being or who you are, but to challenge your trajectory and your direction, to challenge you into being the best version of yourself continuously. Sometimes they may come off as a coach, right? Sometimes they may come off as, to those who are not ready, they might come off as annoying or as badgering. But to those who can truly appreciate accountability, who can appreciate somebody who's going to keep you to your word, a true friend is going to show themselves in how they always want you to be your very best. Now, this ties into number 3, which is they encourage you into healthy habits. And this one is so important, guys. This one is one that you need to truly embody for yourself within yourself. Is that a true friend, whether it is your relationship with yourself or your relationship with another, is an individual who would not allow you to set a certain pace for your life or set certain intentions for your life. That's the word, intentions. And yet you don't live by those intentions. And most of us will say we want to eat better, we want to work out, we want to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing this and start doing that. Well, a true best friend is going to hold you to those standards. A real friend is not going to let you create those intentions for yourself and then just slip by the wayside because it's convenient. Like, hey, we call our friends sometimes, and I do use that word very loosely. We call our friends those who want to party and have fun with us and hang out and do this and do that and get into activities and go to the function or whatever it may be. When in truth, a true best friend is somebody who says, you know what? Let's go to sleep early tonight so we can wake up and go to the gym. And you might think to yourself, man, that doesn't sound fun. That's no fun. But they're really looking out for your best intentions. Somebody wants you to do something that is healthy and helping you in the long run is somebody who cares about you. Why else would they have an intention to do so? They're not going to gain from you going to the gym. As a matter of fact, you might get in better shape than them and you might stand out more than them now, right? Fake friends are going to be those individuals who tell you, hey, let's go party, let's go drink, whatever, forget the gym tomorrow. You don't need no gym, you can go next week. That's the type of person that most people call their friend, when in truth, it's the person who's saying, hey, I don't think these things are going to serve you. Therefore, why don't you do these things instead? And they might sound like a parent if you're immature. They might sound like they're badgering if you're not ready for the message. But a real friend is always going to show themselves as somebody who wants better for you than you even want for yourself most times. Number 4 is a true best friend advises you to work on yourself and not to escape your issues. Now, this one right here is a doozy do. Right. And if you're from another country who doesn't have like sayings like that, like basically what I'm saying is this one is a tough pill to swallow. This one is a hard one to accept for a lot of people. Is that a true friend is somebody who is not going to egg you on in escaping your problems. They're not going to feed into that desire to not look at your life and the reality of what you've made out of your life. They're going to take those lenses or take the veils off of your eyes and say, hey, look, these are things going on in your life. These are the wounds. These are the emotional scars. It's time to do something about this. They care about your emotional healing. They care about you overcoming and transcending those things that have held you down for so long. They don't want you to escape your life and watch more football games and play more video games and scroll through more apps simply because it makes you comfortable for the moment. They want you to live a life in which you are fully living. They want you to experience a peace of mind. They want you to experience a life that is fulfilling. And so they are willing to continuously pull the veil off of your eyes. And usually this comes in a form of just telling you the truth. Hey, you're projecting your emotions onto others. And it's not about them personally all the time or most of the time, to be honest. Some people would just do it because they feel offended, right? There's a difference. Somebody else would say, hey, look, the way you handle that situation with that person, it seems as if, or maybe you have an ex or whatever it is, and you're blaming. They will, instead of just, choosing and picking sides, they're going to point towards what's best for you as opposed to just what you want to hear. Number 5 is celebrating your wins even when they are not. Ooh-wee! If you can find one of these type of individuals, send me their number ASAP because I want them in my list of friends. If you can find somebody who can celebrate your wins even when they're not winning. I'm talking about somebody who is celebrating you in a beautiful, healthy relationship. Meanwhile, they're in a toxic or in no relationship at all. Somebody who can celebrate your weight loss even though they're struggling to lose weight themselves. Somebody who is willing to celebrate you in a place and a space where most people would be jealous and envious and not know what to do with themselves. The person who can see you and clap for you and genuinely be happy for you is somebody that you should keep around for a lifetime. This is the rarest type of individual in existence. Because it hurts. All of us have been in a place where we see somebody and we think to ourselves, damn, I wish I had that. But to have somebody who doesn't even put that first, they put the friendship, they put your growth, they put your ascension before their own emotions, that's somebody that is as rare as vibranium from Wakanda. I promise you that. Number 6 is respecting your need for time alone and even encouraging it. Now, this one again is a rare one, but it's also a very subliminal and sneaky one. Sometimes we'll have friends who we think, oh, they just love to spend time with me. They love to spend time with me so much that they never want me to be by myself. They never want me to be alone, right? So if you say, hey, I'm going to spend some time alone tonight, they'll tell you, oh, no, you should come out tonight. Why don't you come out? I wish you come out. I miss you. What? Oh, you don't want to see me? Some folk will start to guilt trip you. They'll start to find ways into shaming you. Oh, man, you just want to be a loner. Whatever form and shape it may take, the individual who is a real friend is never going to look to shame you, blame you, guilt you into not taking that all too necessary time of solitude, that time to yourself. And if you're an introvert, this is, 10 times as relevant. But even for the extroverts, those who like to be out there, all of us at some level need that time to recharge, that time to go within, that time to be ourselves and tap in with ourselves. And if you have people around you that cannot recognize that, and cannot encourage that within you and don't want that for you, they are selfishly looking for your time, your attention, your affection, whatever it is that you're bringing into their life. They want that constant feed all the time. And they would rather pull you from recharging your batteries than to have you go into that place, into that space for yourself. I'm just the messenger. Number 7. Ooh, number 7. My voice is breaking. Lord, I'm about to have a second puberty. All right. Number 7 is speaks good about others behind their backs. Now, this one, so I put out a short form of this on Instagram, and it's been doing numbers and everything. And I've been seeing a multitude of comments, a lot of them very positive, beautiful thing. But one thing that I keep seeing is people saying, oh man, number 7, I can't do number 7, or we all do number 7. And that might be true. I myself have been guilty of gossiping and talking about people behind their back, etc. And it is something that I am weaning myself off of continuously, but it is something I also recognize as not something that is a display of somebody who is a true friend. If you are in the company of somebody who continuously trash talks others behind their back, right? Or if you are that person, think about what kind of friend you truly are. Like, are you a friend or are you just somebody looking for the tea? Are you a true companion to an individual? Are you a true compadre? Are you a true, a soldier within that army? Or are you just somebody who is looking to be entertained by somebody else's downfalls? That's an honest question we all have to ask ourselves. And this may be the hardest thing on the planet. Maybe it is. Right? If we wiped all gossip off the planet today, we would have 1/4 or 1/5 of the conversations. Like, most people have nothing to talk about at all. And now they really have to think about life. And that's far too painful for many people. So they'll continue to gossip and talk about everybody else's problems and what they got going on. But a true friend, a real friend, is somebody who does not speak behind others' back in front of you. And therefore, that is an indicator of their character, that they're not willing to do that about you behind your back. And I say this is something we have to cultivate even for ourselves, within ourselves. Stop telling people your struggle story. Stop telling and sharing the story of the worst things and the downfall and what's not working so much. What if you just started to share the positive and, the things you're aspiring towards and things you're building towards? How about that? How about trying that maybe just for a day, a couple days a week, and just see how it goes? That's all I'm asking. So I'm going to go through this list one more time, and we're going to wrap this up. So number 1 is tells you the truth even if it's uncomfortable. Number 2 is willing to challenge you to do better for yourself continuously. Number 3 is encourages you into healthy habits. Number 4 is advises you to work on yourself and not escape your issues, which means that internal emotional work. Number 5 is celebrate your wins even when they are not winning. Number 6 is respects your needs for your time alone and even encourages that me time. And number 7, speaks good about others behind their backs. Booyah. So I could have made a list of 100 of these, but these are thematic, meaning they encompass a lot about somebody's character. And for me, once you start to look at people's character and you see the patterns, it's easy to see the type of person that they are. Right? If somebody is always late and they're always missing things and they're always breaking promises, you can almost guarantee that they're the type of person who will not show up consistently for a relationship, right? They might show up, but they might not be consistent in the way that they show up. They might not be stable in all their ways per se. So I just continue to create an environment where I am making promises to myself to be the best version of myself for myself and therefore for others. Because who I am in private is eventually going to show in public. I don't care what reputation people may have for me, people may have for you, but who you are is going to shine brighter than what people perceive of you, period. You might work for a little bit. You might get in for 5 years, 10 years, 2 decades, but eventually who you are is going to come out. So why not actually work on who you are as opposed to who people have you to be? Now, I appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you for taking the time out. If this was something that served you, that was of absolute value to you, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to share this with a true friend or tag them in the comments section or wherever you may find the best means to get this to somebody you love and you believe is displaying these characteristics. Make sure to get this video over to them. I appreciate you. Love you. Peace.